Habari zenu. Leo tumekuja kutoka a different venue. Tuko tu hapa nje ya offices zetu. And we're having our little office party. Tumebaiwa ka wine with a nice admirer. Shout out to our nice friend. And today we are here to talk about something actually different. Not the usual things that we talk about. We're here to discuss business, how to start your business, what to do, what to think about, what goes into the planning, what happens, what is a business, everything. Because everyone who's seated here has been able to achieve these goals for themselves. And I want to hear more about business. Jagero, take it away.
Yeah, first of all, I want to introduce one of Uncle Innocent.
Why is he uncle?
Yeah.
Is he
The
an
joke
uncle?
is on him. You see the way you call people something and then they just turn around and just start calling you what you're calling them. Yeah, so he likes calling people that he thinks are old like me uncle. Like,
So
the dude shows in my office and called me uncle. I'm like, dudes. So he called everybody uncle, everybody that was older than him. Then they started calling him uncle.
Can I tell you something about millennials? Unajua, there's an ongoing joke on Twitter ya kuitana we mzee. Lakini millennials wanaitake seriously. Wanakasirika wakiitwa we mzee.
It's hitting hard.
They're like, mi si mzee, I'm not an uncle. So is it the same situation?
Yeah, but anyway, he's called Innocent Magode. He's a startup founder, and he's also helping other startups. And I think he's one of the best guys to actually call for business. First of all, talk to him why so many startups have been failing in Africa and Kenya, what we have learned as business people in 2024. So it's Innocent Magode is he's a business person. He runs Statinev. Ameletewa soda ya wazee.
So they are my uncle.
Yeah, uncle ndio huyo.
Wrong timing.
He called people uncles and then started.
Uncle.
Maji nimebaki tu hata angeletewa
Unaona
kama.
inafanana na wine. Wewe watch.
Yeah, but we wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of the things I like about Innocent is that Innocent does not fear. He drives things. He connects with people. He's always like, ni unataka, nitakupea, and he gets that thing for you. And that's why I like him so much. Tunafanya kwa roho yako sasa, tuna pesa ya kulipa roho.
Pesa ya roho aitishe maybe mapenzi.
Pesa ya roho ndio hiyo ya cook.
Yeah.
Innocent, tell us about, your startup and what it is, what it's about. Tell us a little more about that.
Unanisikia?
Tunakusikia.
Uko loud and clear.
Uko loud and clear.
Wow. So naitwa Innocent. I run Statinev. What we do daily, we help people like Jagero run their businesses. So Jagero na mashida zake tunamsaidia. So we multiply that by other 100 Jageros. Yeah.
Break it down for someone who's
Yeah.
like me. Mi sielewangi vitu mpaka nione zikiwaka. Unaweza niambia 1 + 1 is 2, but sasa kama si understand. So what kind of problems do you take over from businesses to be able to run, and what exactly, like kwa ground nitty-gritties ni nini unado?
So assume you've started a business. I mean, anybody who starts a business knows nothing about running a business. Even myself. Most times I don't know what I'm getting myself into or what even that person is doing. So I help you figure out those problems. Be it getting money, be it marketing, be it getting a team, getting lawyers, whatever it is. Yeah. But then businesses are each business has a different set of problems. So we figure those problems together. I can't say that 2 businesses in the same industry have the same problems. They don't. It's always new. So we figure those problems together.
Okay, so you kind of like work with the business owner from inception. As the problems come, you guys solve it for them.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. How did you think of starting this? Where did this idea come from?
I had started a business. I was going through problems. Nobody was helping me solve them.
Yeah.
So I solved them for myself. Then I realized that there was an opportunity to help other businesses solve their problems. Yeah.
You know, I've been thinking about, starting a business. What is even the inception? Where do you even start? What is even the thought? Let's say I have a business in my head na nimeifikiria na ndo hii nataka ku-execute. So is the first thought calling you to come in, or what is it? What's the process? What do you think you would advise?
Depends, but most times, in my view, the first step is figuring out who's going to pay for whatever you're trying to sell. So I feel so many businesses start with all these other things. Oh, uko na ofisi, uko na TV 75 inch.
Wajaluo.
Wajaluo walijaribu biashara.
Ikatushinda ama aje?
But haijatushinda, sisi tunapenda sherehe. Unapata profit kidogo, unaweka kwa kawaida.
That's true.
Anyway, so many people start businesses without necessarily knowing who buys the product. So they come to disturb us. Yeah. So I feel like the first step for any type of business is figuring out who is going to buy the product. And if somebody is going to buy the product, how many of those people exist? Inaweza kuwa tu ni mtu mmoja anaweza buy. Akisha buy, market imeisha. So it's can you picture 1,000, 100,000, a million people buying that product? Then I think that's a starting point. Juu hata nikikuja na hakuna market, hatusaidiani.
Okay, what if it's a service and not product based?
Hata hiyo iko na market. I mean, Jagero hata kama kuna TikTok. TikTok ni market. Yeah, I think for
TikTok
product, service, whatever, I think you need to see the market.
Okay.
Of course, there are times when you're disrupting. You don't know who buys the product, but then there should be a roadmap. There should be a roadmap to see.
Bless you.
There should be a roadmap to see who eventually buys the product or the service. Or
These are things you need to think about even before, like, you launch the business. You have to have thought about.
You necessarily don't have to think about it. I usually tell people, if today you're starting a business, create a Google form, send to your 100 friends. Let them give you their views.
People have 100 friends.
Jagero has 1,000 friends.
You have 1,000 friends. Number?
Acquaintance says, bwana.
Acquaintance. Just get people to validate.
People that are close to you, people that you feel listen to you.
So
To validate the idea.
Yeah.
But like not everyone can validate your idea.
No, they're just giving you their thoughts. Like, utulize, I want to start selling socks.
Even when they are hating on the idea, you
We
will
still feedback.
there is feedback. There is a
Like
feedback.
nika kwenda ushago kuwa pitch something AI.
It might not work.
It may not work. Like their feedback may not.
Like, so for
Like,
example,
you can break it down to
I
their
think-
language.
I think what happens sometimes is somebody looks at idea, he likes the idea, but he doesn't think that you are the one who can do it. Your idea ni poa, lakini wewe sioni kama
Now, like a
unaweza.
friend.
Yeah. So then you already know that that's a good idea.
Okay.
They are just saying that I can't do it, but it's a good idea. So then how do I put myself in a situation whereby I can get myself to doing it? Because it's a very good feedback, that's a good idea, but they are saying that I am flawed somehow in as far as that idea is concerned. Yeah.
And it's as simple as somebody telling you how much they're willing to pay.
So you can ask, like, if I'm selling socks, how much do you guys want to pay?
You're able to price
See,
it.
that's what they were talking about when they launched the latest launch from AI from Sam Altman, the one that they are charging $200 a month. Like, there's an AI right now that they want you to pay 21,000, 28,000 per month to use. It's like ChatGPT plus.
But like
I've seen it actually.
for AI will be free. Why are they charging?
It's not free.
It's right now.
Is it?
But in the next minimum 3 years, AI will be free.
How?
Because of
It'll be free.
the free version that is being given out by Meta.
It's not even that. It's when, like, it will not be a matter of who has access to AI. Everyone will have access to
Everyone will
AI.
have
It will be
access.
how you use
But also,
They are
Yeah.
the premium
But also-
versions
but-
of the same.
yeah, premium versions of the same. But
Yeah,
like,
but even the cost will go lower because of even there's no competition like that, like with cost for AI. Because like
But right
charging
now-
20, that's crazy.
28,000.
Yeah, that's crazy. Who's gonna pay that? Okay, there's some tech
Wale
CEOs who
wanalipa.
will pay. There's some tech CEOs who will pay, but
But also, a lot of what people are saying is whatever they are whatever they are charging for $20 is already a lot for a lot of people.
yeah,
Like almost 99% of the market
Even the
is
kawaida
okay with
person.
the $20. Then you jump 20 to
200,
200 is what jump?
10x.
That's 10 times.
That's 10x. But anyway, what I wanted to ask, Shaka, you started a company this year.
yeah.
In your estimation, what do you think is the going into 2025? Somebody trying to start a business in 2025. What are some of the things that you've learned after starting,
Marketing.
a startup?
Yeah.
For me, before you answer, I think that there is something that I used to do. I used to see organizations trying to hire a firm to hire for them. And I used to say, oh, this guy sasa wanajifanya aje.
It's too much work.
Yeah, so now you are hiring 4 people, you are like, you can't do the work. And then I realized
Then you
that
became a CEO.
Why?
one of
And you
the-
understood.
one of the most difficult things
Is
is
hiring.
hiring.
Yes.
It is so you fired after 3 weeks.
4 days.
You hired and fired.
After 4 days.
4 days. Like that thing, it killed my morale about doing interviews. To a point, I was just like, I get why people outsource it, and I
Yeah.
will in this year, like 2025, I will outsource it because it's number one. It's you can think it's so easy to put out, like you just put out an advert, people will apply, and then from the applications you will siphon it out. One, I learned how there's a cost to advertise because if you don't, because I did it in 2 ways. I first didn't advertise, and then I saw the applications that came in, and I was like, wow, yeah, I see why people put in
Yeah.
put in money.
Why? Tell us
reach.
about that.
Because of that reach. Because now, for example, let me like educating a business.
Yes.
A business owner, you will put an advert. If you have a free account on LinkedIn, you put out a job advert hiring, it will close out at the first 100 people. You don't have a premium account, that it will close out at the first 100 people.
Mine closed at 56 people.
It had showed it to 100 people, I think, or something.
Yeah, mine
Mine
usually
closes.
poses automatically.
Yeah.
Once I get 56
Yeah.
people coming applying, it closes out.
And me, when I think about it, when you put out an advert and then immediately people are applying, like immediately, once on LinkedIn, I've seen that's a huge red flag because I was seeing people in entirely different professions. Like I am hiring for a marketing agency. Why are you, as an electrical engineer, applying?
But wait,
You
do you think that AI is applying on behalf of LinkedIn?
Possible.
It's
possible.
It could be.
It's not really possible.
It could be, and it's applying in
So many applications are
Everything.
from like bots and stuff.
most of them. There's also that, like, but we'll talk about bots. I'll talk about bots later. But there's a lot of fake Instagram accounts. That's also the hard thing about like recruiting online. Like if you do a digital recruitment, that's it. Like you could get bots. You could not reach the right people. Even when it's SEO optimized nowadays, algorithms have been optimized now where you have to pay to reach the right people. The free ones,
You
they
can
want you to pay for
Okay.
it to reach the right people.
Yeah.
So that was
That makes it really
Was-
difficult.
the process of even like, have you ever sat down and looked at more than 200 CVs
It is so
for
hard.
just one position? You see, first of all, you see how many mistakes people make in the application process. Sending an email without even a
Mimi,
That disqualifies them.
got-
innit?
right immediately.
I got so shocked when I put an application to get a social media person, and I don't know whether, because I asked them to go, I gave the link to my socials, and they looked at my postings, Like I post videos up to 6 videos in a day on social media, like on Facebook, like at 6, at 9, then there's one coming at 12, and then at 4, and then late at night. And this person, I don't know whether they went and checked. They came back and told me in their strategy that you had to write that we will be posting 3 to 4 times in a week. And I'm like, you just sold literally more than 20
In a week.
Hey!
Yeah.
Kwanza, that thing for, like, that's usually my first way of disqualifying people who want to be social media managers or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, if you say you have to post a specific number of posts in
Yeah.
a week for there to be growth on this account, you're a fake.
Mm.
You're lying.
Anyway, how was business this year in 2020, this past year, 2024?
I don't know, it was like 2024 was tricky. It was the beginning. Business wise, like, I already had clients. I didn't sign too many new clients, and that's because I don't even have the manpower, and hiring is already hectic. But for 2025, those are things that I know I'm going to fix, because like, where I've reached at a point, I would really love to take in new clients. I really do, but I don't have the bandwidth. I wouldn't be able to, if I take in one new client without hiring more people to help me, I will not deliver for the previous client like the way I usually deliver. Like, I'll deliver, but it won't be 100%.
Yeah.
Maybe 90%, and I don't want to do that. So, like, this year taught me a lot. It taught me to take your time. I see people starting businesses and they're like, in 1 week, they've done everything. They've gotten an office, they've gotten signed it, they've hired. Nah, it doesn't take 1 week.
Yeah.
It doesn't take 1 day, 3 days. It takes a while. I had to learn, like, what that patience means.
Yeah.
Like, it requires you to slow down, first look, what do you need for the business? There's
Yes.
what you think you want, but what does the business need? That's what it told me. But business is, I can't say it's bad. It was bad. Like, I can't say it was bad. It may have been difficult at some points in the year, especially in the beginning, but I mean, we put through, we survived.
But there are people that
survived.
there are people that are in this industry that are, well, they're startups, they're running their businesses. Roberta has always told me that she's always had a job that she's doing. There's a lady who told me, actually, when I met her, I think in August, that Jagiro, I am overwhelmed with work. Like, when people say they don't have work, I don't understand. What is it? What is going on where a lot of people are saying you don't have work, and some are overwhelmed with work.
The thing I'm learning with running Love and Orgasms is, as okay, I'm not a CEO yet because I've not hired anyone.
Yeah.
But as
By
the
the way,
founder,
You don't wait, nah. I don't think you have to hire someone to be called a CEO.
oh,
Yeah.
I thought that was the
You are
definition.
CEO of who, Ro, really?
CEO of your company. The company.
I thought the definition of CEO was like someone with employees.
Well, but we have got the guy here that
Aren't
helps.
you an employee?
Can surely.
Thank you.
Tell us in your startup world.
Yeah.
Am I a CEO?
Yeah.
Okay.
Depends really, because
Yeah.
CEO comes with execution. So it's the executive office or whatever it is of your small business. Hata mama mboga ni CEO wa
Exactly.
yake.
Okay.
You are a CEO.
Sawa.
Eh.
Something I'm learning
just hate the
with
title.
with running Love and Orgasms
Yeah.
is, first of all, a lot of these
CEO
things.
Love and Orgasm.
Yes, I am CEO. The president, the general, is here. So something I'm learning is, I like what Shaka said. Most of these things, like, you could go to school and you could have like the wherewithal of understanding things in theory, but a lot of the things you learn on the job. You learn as you go. You learn every day. When you're too innocent, amesema, that's how they come in. They come in and help you identify the gaps and the problems that you might have. And that's what I've been learning throughout my journey. Like, simple things like you losing footage after you've you've recorded a really important thing.
Yeah.
That's not something anyone will teach you.
By the way, that
Yeah.
lady never forgot about the video.
Yeah,
Ask
they
me.
never forget.
She asked me, Jakeru, what happened to the video that we recorded?
Yeah.
Pole.
Yeah, it never went out. And you see, nobody ever tells you there's a day you'll be tired, broke, mad, frustrated, and then you'll go home and you'll record an
And your
episode.
personal life is going on.
Yeah, and then you've been dumped, you're sad, you're on your period, and then you go home and you record your nice podcast for 1 hour, and then it does not save itself. Or you're okay on a nice evening, enjoying yourself with your friends, and then the cable that is very expensive and needed urgently breaks. And you need a month to ship it in. These are the things nobody is ever going to teach you about business. The misfortunes, the losses, the mishap, the months you make nothing, but you still have to pay for things. Yeah, so I
That
think
is
it's
so true.
Yeah.
That is so true.
Nobody tells you these things. You hear about them, but until you're in the thick of it. And something interesting is you always maneuver. If you're really a leader and like a CEO, you always maneuver. So that's a great thing I had you touch on. It's just the experience. It's part of the process of.
Yeah.
Let me ask Shaka.
You didn't answer my question. You already
Sorry,
asked
what
it.
did you ask? It's the wine.
I asked
Very
her
good way.
the question of a lot of people have been complaining about no work in 2024.
Oh, yes.
But a lot of other people have been saying that they're overwhelmed with the work.
So when you become a leader of your own things, you consistently have things to check. Like you said, the CEO, the function is the executive to execute. It's you like me, I'm everything. I'm the editor, the recorder, the one who invites everything, the one who pays the bills, the one who checks if things are running, the one who books things, the one who gives the service, I'm everything in my company. And my simple reason is because I love working alone. It's a bit more peaceful, but working alone means you don't get ahead faster like people who have a lot of help around them. So it's just choice. It's you tweaking the kind of company and kind of relationship you want to have with people. But the thing with work is when you're the executive decision maker, there's so many things you're doing, your accounts, even if you hire people and dispense, you still have to do background check. You still have to follow up to make sure things are running, to make sure, because this is your like executive role. So watu wakisema hawana pesa, mimi, I used to think when I was employed, I was working hard until I started running my own thing. Now I work all day,
24/7.
all night. In the morning when I wake up, I'm working. When I'm watching TV, I'm working.
But you
When
also-
I'm at night,
the other question, yes, you've answered part of it, but the other part of
Yeah.
it that I'm talking about business that is coming to you.
Yes.
Like a lot of people have said that there's no business, but you've always had clients.
Oh, that's how you meant
Yes.
the question. Okay,
Yes.
now I have understood. I think it's largely about, first of all, frequency. I'll explain. Frequency and work ethic. Frequency, the people you surround yourself with, interact with, the places you go, the people you allow yourself around, the way you market yourself, the way you sell yourself. All these things are very important because there's someone who's complaining, hakuna pesa, hakuna kazi, na kuna places zingine, pesa haija stop kuflow. The flow is consistent. Do you know what the difference between these people is? I largely believe it's a belief thing. Because a simple example, I have poor friends and I have rich friends. You
Broke
can
friends.
I use poor because
Why
broke
do you use
because broke is relative.
No.
Even us we get broke sometimes.
Yeah.
Broke is relative.
And poor is which one?
Poor ni poverty.
stay there.
Uko hapo.
Money lack of.
Yeah. 2024.
So the difference between these people in my head largely is a frequency thing. It's just about the cards they've been dealt, where they're at. It's not that they're not working hard or they don't make money. It's just that their beliefs are not the same as the beliefs of these people who are making money. When you hang around CEOs and people who are employed, you can see a clear difference even in the way they think. A CEO anaweza kuwa hana zero bob, lakini he's still thinking progressively, like I need to hire more people, buy more equipment, pay for things. But these people in a poverty scarcity mindset. They're thinking, kai nikitumia 500 bob yangu,
Kesho.
sitalala, sitakula. So they stay stuck and they're not really ready to take the risks as much as. So the next thing I said frequency, and I said, what's the next thing I said? Work ethic. Something that already in my head, I have a mindset that I'm working, I'm doing work. So whether I'm doing work or not, work is coming towards me because I'm consistent. I'm checking up with clients, I'm following up, I'm calling people back, I'm sending emails out, I'm consistent with my work.
It's so tough to do those things, bro.
It's tough, but when you're the executive,
It's really tough.
you
to do
have
those
to
things.
really check because this communication, before I started my business, I asked the guy I was dating at that time for advice. I asked him, how do I keep myself, because now I'm moving from employment to unemployment. How do I keep my stuff running? And he told me, relationships. You can do all those things. Umesikia Kenya Shaka amesema, you can buy the office, you do what. But if you don't have an ongoing relationship with your clients, consistency, great work ethic, showing up, great communication, they just drop you. So the reason I always have clients even when it's dry, it's because even if I call my client who was not thinking about me, if I just call them to check up, they'll say, by the way, I wanted to, let's do this. So it's that consistency. Jitoe kwa scarcity mentality ya kufikiria hakuna pesa, hakuna business.
Unalia tu kila siku.
Achana nayo, cause watu wengine wako na pesa. Watu wengine wako tu sawa, and they're still willing to
you
pay.
are asking that lady a question.
I wanted to ask Shaka a question. What pushed you to, start your own business, especially being a really young woman?
Oh, yeah.
And like, what made you think this is even something you can do? Because I feel like Mimi, someone born in my year who wasn't as exposed or didn't have the space to even dream that big, that young, it's very different. So what pushed you?
Can I? Must we hold this glass like this?
You don't have to. You can add some wine or you can put it down.
No, but it's inachosha sana bana. Like
One side, usiweke chini.
Like I'm so tired of holding it like that, and you guys are just holding it.
Tumezoea hii maisha.
Mbona inawekwa kidogo hivi?
But you see how big this glass is?
Bro, jamaa mwenye alikuja hapa somelia whatever you call it. Aliweka kidogo sana. Wewe uliongeza.
Kwa sababu unaweka kidogo kidogo. Hizi mambo za watu wako na pesa. Unaonja kidogo kidogo.
Hujazoea.
Hujachoka na coke. What?
Oh my God. Hujachoka na coke. Umesikia vile umeambiwa?
Hujachoka na
Amemumunya hiyo coke for 1 hour.
Yeah, wazee.
Kuna ingine.
Umesema vibaya.
Haya, endelea Shaka.
Okay. What pushed me? I think it's not just one thing. It's like so many things that happened. I'd say one, it's the family that I grew up in, especially my dad is an entrepreneur. So if you've grown up as a daughter of an entrepreneur, when every day it's business, and also being involved in the family business, you pick up on it. There's also the empowerment I got from the schools I went to. Like that's one thing. Like I think I appreciate my parents did, despite everything else. But
despite the drama,
I came to appreciate that my parents did is taking me to private schools, because one thing that private schools do is they put you in a space of people around you who think on the same level.
Yes, very true.
And also people who are thinking on a different level. Like you go to a private school, you think you're rich, then you see, oh, you're poor. Even.
Yeah.
And then now you understand how people who are really rich think, and you're like, wow, now that's where I want to be. So there's the schools I went, the people I interact with every day. Also, like I make a conscious decision to also keep the people around me. Like I like being around people who can do stuff. Ever been with like I think I dropped so many friends this year. People
draining.
Yeah,
they always have problems. Avoid the unlucky and unhappy.
Yeah.
They're always sad, always broke.
Sad. Like
they have no plan. They don't want to work hard.
They don't work hard. They think life is no, it's not. Like I like surround myself with people who think outside the box, who can do things, like actually do things, like they're doing their own things out here. Because you meet, like my biggest, one of the biggest things I was working on is I was having more female friendships. Then I realized when I hang out with a lot of women is that beyond a husband, most women don't think business. They don't think, what else can I do with my life?
Yeah.
Like, your idea of being rich is getting a husband. If that is you, get bigger dreams. Like, please get bigger dreams.
Mbona hii mambo ya wanaona wasichana wenye wanataka wanaume, shida iko wapi?
No, it's fine to want a man. That's fine.
Yeah.
But if you're like in 2024 as a woman, if your whole idea of making money and getting rich is through a man, you're not empowered. Please don't say you're an empowered woman.
Girls, sprinkle. Some of us are here doing both.
Yeah, do both.
Some of us are here doing
both.
both.
If you're just sitting and waiting for a man,
Sprinkle means what?
Kama uelewi wachana nayo. Kama uelewi wachana nayo.
See, in the podcast, you let me know.
Jagger don't sprinkle. Now wanaume wako na drizzle.
This is
Sasa, why do you have to shame me? You just say.
No, but do you know what they mean by sprinkle?
I don't know. So that's what she said, and I don't know. I have no
So, do I explain?
clue. Unajua?
Yeah.
Anko.
Ni meme.
Ni mimi. Even though tu unajua.
So,
Hujui maana yake.
So there's this lady who's called Shara. She's a financial advisor. But people think she's a relationship coach. But she's not. She's a financial advisor. She advises women how to get money from men.
Oh, really?
Yes. She talks about how to elevate your lifestyle.
Elevate? Hey.
She talks about how to elevate your lifestyle, about how to date right. I mean, if that content falls into the wrong hands, it can definitely be harmful.
Yeah.
But if you
Meet mature people.
understand, yes, if you understand exactly what she's talking about and what she's saying, then it can help you. So I think what Shaka is saying
You
is
can apply it in
there's
other businesses.
Yes, there's more to life than just men.
Okay.
There's more to life than just sitting and thinking about men. There's nothing wrong with wanting men and thinking about men. But if it's the only thing you're doing for yourself, except like, it means you can't decenter men and you can't make executive decisions for yourself. So what I'm trying to say is, now someone like me who does both. I live my life, I'm a CEO.
Yeah.
But also,
You elevate yourself.
yes, but also I cannot. Now, do you understand why I can't date a broke man, a poor man? Because I'm making moves for myself. So my man has to be a big daddy, a big mover, a man who's also making moves. Yeah, so it's it's important that you're an
very
all-rounded
important.
woman.
Yes.
Cheers.
All right, people of the internet, I hope that you are enjoying this episode so far. I broke the episode just to tell you something that is very, very interesting. In 2024, a lot of people were saying that I am broke, Jagero. I do not have a job. That what is interesting is that when they were telling me this in 2024, I was already working on a book for the last 3 years. And that book was about the hustles and the jobs that you can get online. Now, what you need to know about me, Jagero, is that I have always traveling. I'm always doing this crazy, nice stuff, but I've never been employed since I left college. And I'm not saying that because I hate employment. I didn't get employment, you know, but I have always worked. I've always earned money. I have worked for Americans. I've worked for Europeans. I've worked for Kenyan. I've worked for anybody literally on the face of the earth. And these are jobs that I've always gotten online, on LinkedIn, on other ways. So I've been very busy. In 2024, I wrote a book called The Digital Goldmine, 18 side hustles that you can take advantage of online. And a lot of people bought that book. Almost sometimes even 500 people in a month buying that book. And people have been saying, are there more jobs? Yes, there are more jobs. So in 2024, there are no longer 18 side hustles, but they are 25 side hustles because I have added other books. So in 2025, you cannot say, Jagero, I don't have a job. Jagero, I am broke, because I have put it before you. The book is not expensive. It is 1,000 Kenya shillings, or if you are asking about the price in other parts of the world, it is just $10. Okay? So in the description below, I have put the link that takes you to where you can learn more about the book. And I've also left a link where you can buy the book. So thank you very much. And let's go back to programming. You have been talking to a lot of podcast.
Clients.
But yeah, we are a lot of podcasters here anyway, so we're a lot of podcasters here.
You've been talking to
Mushroom.
startups. And
Yeah.
what is one thing that they have struggled with so much in 2024? And what advice do you give for people who are because, we used to think that startup is just for tech, businesses. But I think startup is just somebody who is starting their business and is trying to be on their feet, especially those guys that have been working in offices for years. So now they're stepping out and finding us here drinking wine. They think it is easy.
Expensive one.
I think the biggest challenge for, I want to call them startups, for entrepreneurs this year.
Is there a difference?
Yeah, there is. Suulize sahi.
Sir,
But there's
Suulize,
there's a
But I want to know.
there's a huge difference. A huge one.
huwezi sema
Nitasema
Entrepreneur ni mtu ako na
after hii
experience.
point.
Points
Anasema
ita
sema hata hii
evaporate.
point.
Sawa. Sema.
What was I saying? The biggest challenge
Yeah.
for entrepreneurs this year has been cash flow. People have plans, people have businesses, people have clients, but they don't have cash flow. Hii podcast yenyu ni rahisi. Imagine somebody who has to sell shoes. So they have to go ship in the shoes from China.
Okay.
Tu kupata hiyo pesa hiyo stock. Ifike pale kwa port. KRA wamekuangalia hivi, you have to pay tax. You have to pay logistics. A lot of the people who are struggling with business this year are the people who don't have cash flow. On one side. On the other side, the same people, they have the worst financial management skills.
That's so important.
And this is my view. Too many of us are stuck with this idea of, I have to have an office with a receptionist, with a 75-inch
Reception is inakuanga mbaya huku nje, my friend.
No,
It is so hollow. It is not bright. It is exquisite.
Everyone is sad. The office smells stuffy.
It smells like old books.
Wananyamba.
Oh my lord. The receptionist, anyway.
Receptionist ameiva. CEO anamtaka. Bibi ndo anafanya sijui kazi gani hapo kwa ofisi. The place I was working. That wife used to hate women. Ukismile na bibi ya bwanake.
Unakuwa ni wewe unasmile na
Na
bwanake
bwanake ndo CEO.
One of the worst places to work is those places where the
Where it's
couple runs the business.
And then they tell you things like, we're a family. We're a happy family. Remember, people don't pay family members. People don't pay family members. Kumbuka hivyo.
It's family.
But anyway, okay, wewe endelea bwana.
Endelea,
Ilikuwa-
pole.
Yes. So, I think too many of us have monthly expenses that shouldn't exist. Sema mimi na wewe leo tuanze kuuza sneakers. So option one, of course, is we look for a place, pay rent, furnish it nicely, get permit.
So
It's
tired of
fine.
carrying this one.
But we can also, si uko na nyumba,
Yeah.
uko na nyumba, tuweke stock huko, tufungue Instagram page tuuze kutoka online.
Yeah.
Of course, the monthly costs are way lower. Then when the business is making a lot more, then it's prudent to start. And also you have cash flow, I don't know, tunaweza jidanganya, but cash is king. Somebody who has cash in the account is able to move a lot more. That's number one.
So,
Number two,
jamaa anaitwa millennial anakuambia niuze viatu kwa
Hawezi bana. Hawezi. Anataka kuitwa champion na wababa wenzake hapo.
lazima
That is my show.
una duka sayo ni loan.
na lazima pige kiatu natoka kwa kibwi.
Lazima ende afungua asubuhi watu wakiwa
Let me ask you,
wamepata
let me ask you.
baridi.
All these young people, making a lot of money. How many of them have physical offices?
None. They don't.
Kina Robata hapa.
Hey,
don't.
hawana.
And they're making a lot because remember they're able to retain a lot more money in the business. Wana afford to wine. That's part one.
Usually. Lazima useme hivyo mtu wine.
Facts.
Part two. Too many of us overlook marketing. How many businesses run by millennials have social media accounts? Hata
None.
wewe juzi unatafuta social media manager.
Huyu mtu unajua nimemwambia mara ngapi atumie Twitter.
Sasa lazima ikuwe about me. Si watu wako pale kwa internet. Si waongeleshe.
Si tunaongea real life.
Yes.
You're a good example.
Bwana mi I'm a social media guru.
You're a
Wewe
millionaire.
ujui mimi. Wewe unanijua. Usinidharau hapa kwa podcast ya Roberta hii.
Millennials.
Mimi nimejaribu. Mimi kama
Wewe
millennial.
umejaribu.
Mimi nimejaribu bwana. Mimi nimejaribu si ndio?
Umetry.
People don't have social media pages. Social media is even better. Too many people don't have websites.
Yeah.
And they don't realize how vital. Ambia mtu website cost ni 50,000.
Analia anajiua.
Heri
Anajiua.
alipe rent. Na unajua analipa
do you have
rent more than
something?
50,000.
Nataki website.
Aki website ataki. I swear having a website without having an office makes you more money than having an office without a website.
Please
I feel
listen.
like that's true.
Please
I like
listen.
that.
This marketing has a power to take businesses to work.
Sasa wanaenda wanapata ofisi ndogo, wanaigawanya mara mingi.
Man, anunue viti.
And you know if you
anunue
look at
desk.
they look like small costs.
Alafu yeye ana insist lazima kuwe na ofisi yake yeye
Yake
mwenyewe.
peke yake.
Up corner.
Corner
A
office.
window.
I work. Hata kufika kwa hiyo ofisi yake ni tabu.
Unaenda huko downtown, before ufike
And
umekanyagwa.
then you're paying people not even enough to
Eh.
cover the commuting costs every day to that
It's
office.
terrible. Yeah, I was telling somebody the other day, Shaka, you're the one who asked me that question. Oh my gosh, these days I have so many of you. I don't know who's telling me. Somebody was telling me that, the lady who uses the tree to build your life. Like how you started growing up, and she maps it out, and then goes to the ground, what you think grounded you, and then the trunk and the leaves. So she asked me a question: what is it that you want dialogues with Jagero to be, that you wake up and you're just happy? And I was telling them that one of the things that will really make me happy is when somebody like James, my editor, is able to earn enough to buy his own car.
Yes.
Like Dialogues with Jagero has bought somebody a car.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I was telling them, and she was really.
Yeah. Because if everyone is comfortable, the business runs very well.
It's very well. Very well.
Including you.
Very well.
People don't know how CEOs suffer.
Hey, we suffer.
A lot.
They
Wow.
think because your problems are
Mimi
of a
sometimes,
different
I'm
level.
glad I'm having a wife. She just tells me, calm down.
Yeah, I
Motherfucker,
need a wife.
calm down.
Karibu akushike
Mimi nasema una ndo
hadi
unataka kusema next.
I should get
Sema
a
u-
husband.
You
who
get
tell me,
yourself
calm down.
somebody, bro.
We should get
Utachizi
husband.
hii town.
does help.
Yeah.
So
Having someone by
like
your side.
she just tells me, you are stressed, my friend. I
Wow.
can see it in your face.
Wow. Mimi
And then
nikiwa
she gives
stressed,
you a- she gives you
najiambia,
a-
calm down, Shaka. Calm down.
You revisit your list. You list refu, sijui kaeaje.
Hiyo list
iko sawa,
Kwenda
Shaka.
Imagine, Roberta, like you as a CEO, would you date an 8 to 5 nigga?
No, right now I can't.
You can.
Right now I can't.
Very hard. You have to be top management at a very big company. But like if you're doing normal, wewe ni intern ama wewe ni hapa.
Kama mtu mwenye anafanya kwa
Mimi niko hapo nje na bigger problems than me. Alafu your biggest problem is, am I going to get to work at 8:05?
Imagine your husband
vitu
being
vingine
imagine your
msisemange kwa
husband being
podcast.
shouted at by the
another.
boss. Cause yoko ni kuchelewa.
Maybe make it worse by someone
Hii
younger
wasichana
than him.
wanaongeaje kwa TikTok, kwa podcast.
By someone younger than him.
Akikuja home anajam.
Imagine.
Anakupunch.
Yeye amejaa mtu amemshautia na wewe hujalipa watu.
Haezi fight na boss wake. Atakuja home kukupunch.
You see,
Wait.
we
my God.
can have even the same problems. Where your
No,
biggest
some
problem
of
is umeshauliwa
those
na
men,
manager.
they really swallow all the trouble and come home and just love you.
Wow.
Let me tell you, the quality of life of I think dating. I like that we're entering dating while we're talking about business. Hapa ndo sasa nimebobea. You know? Because of what
Sitaki kwenda huko.
because of what Shaka has brought up. To be honest, looking out, especially for women, looking out for a man who's better than you, bigger than you, more experienced. And I mean better in all sorts of ways, not just financially. I mean, as a CEO, dating someone who has never been a CEO, and it's not that being a CEO is the
Never
best
run a
thing
business,
or
you've never
the
done
end
anything
of
on your
everything.
own.
It's just
Surely.
having such titles. Having such titles gives you some responsibilities, and these responsibilities build you into the type of person that you end up becoming. Like we're talking about learning on the job. Like you breaking that cable that you have to pay for, ni how much? 40,000 ama ni how much your cable? That cable that you broke imekukasirisha tangu asubuhi. You know?
Why are you wiping
I'm
a
sorry,
tear?
I have to keep bringing it back. But it teaches you, in the long run, it teaches you patience. It teaches you understanding. It teaches you to understand that things happen. Doesn't really matter who broke the cable, whether it's Ali or it's you. These are things that happen in production, and it things you have to
break.
prepare yourself. Yes, things you have to prepare yourself for. So you learn much more lessons in certain levels and certain titles than you do as an. There's a clear difference between an 8 to 5 guy and someone who started their own startup and like is moving. So those things do bring difference because you learn a lot of things like
And
understanding.
This guy is bringing something here. Yeah.
You learn understanding. You learn how to listen. You learn how not to shout at Ali because he's not your child. He's someone who's helping you realize your goal. You learn how to talk to people, to be in spaces with people. So it's a whole thing. That's why us women we feel like Shaka was talking about. Ngumu sana kudate watchman kama we ni executive. Mnaweza lakini ngumu
Mnaweza.
kidogo.
Yeah, I think it's very dependent on mindset.
You know the reason why people sometimes really have a bittersweet relationship with these two women. They are too forthright.
Ni wale empowered.
Forthright. Me, I don't know about
Mbona
empowerment.
isema hivi?
Too forthright. Wanasema vitu zenye hawasemangi huko nje kwa barabara.
Wanasema kwa podcast.
No, me I say it even there on the street. I say it even on walking the street.
I'll be honest, sometimes I'm a hypocrite. Sometimes. But I'll explain.
Yeah.
It's because sometimes it's easy to speak on things until you're in the situation. It's easy to speak about, I want a relationship, I want a husband, I'll do this when I can never pay, I can never let a man do this. And then you meet someone who wants the best for you, and they are actually your friend, and they're encouraging you, and they're nice to you. And then you start to realize you had all these walls because of all the past experiences you've had of people people who've put you through bullshit. And that's why you're locking everyone out. Then someone nice comes into your life and you're breaking down these walls. All of a sudden, I can never cook for a man. Rubata hapo kwa jikoni. Kila saa. Napika chapati. We. Lakini.
Speaking from experience.
Yeah. Roberta has been having a very good December.
Yeah.
She's glowing. You can see what
glowing.
makes people glow.
Healthy relationship.
Maybe she's hydrating. Her skincare routine is on point,
La Roche-Posay.
Yes.
Yeah, the hydration.
What are they?
Hydration for sure.
Usiongee
I
man-
wanted to
manners.
ask, so relationships and business,
Yes.
relationships and money. Shaka has been looking for
Great question.
A man with beard.
Even before you
beard,
start.
but I'm just thinking they are wig beard, so I don't understand. See, she can just get a man like you. You do have.
Ati a man like you.
You do have. Good. You umekuza, unaweka mbolea. Because the last time you were really hating it for not having a beard. Umetokelezea vizuri. That's good.
Fertilizer in your continue.
Fertilizer ni mtu kukalia your face.
Hey.
Ama.
I don't know.
Shaka?
Yeah, we were asking Shaka something, eh?
Yes.
About
About relationship and business. For example, I know that this year I think I've been on a very serious rat race with doing my branding business and also running the podcast, which honestly has been a lot.
Yeah.
And towards the last part of the 4 years of 2024, have been
4
very
years of
tired.
2020.
4 months of 2024
Uh-huh.
have been very tiresome for me, and I think my wife has seen it. She has not been. She has. We have talked about it several times. About am I losing this month to something that I don't know? You know, to business and to this thing. Especially, the podcast has been a very expensive venture.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, I can't say that it's making money. It's making money, but it can't. It's not profitable.
You're not breaking even.
Yeah,
not sustainable.
Yeah. No. Sustainability, no.
But that comes
I
after
think
a while.
Yeah, I think it's just the fact that it's not, and that creates also a lot of anxiety about when are you going to break through with this business that you're
Do
doing.
you think you're keeping your running costs too high by buying the things you sell?
This guy is always buying things. I'm
Yeah,
just from reprimanding.
The truth is, bro, is that I am somebody who has been in production for a long time. And one of the reasons why people have always told me constantly that I like the clarity of your audio, I like the clarity of your video,
Because you invest.
because I have invested in those things.
Yeah.
Okay, now
Be-
question is,
and right now, if you see the list of the things that I need to buy, there are so many. And these lights, like for example, Ali does not like 60 watts because he thinks that they are very dim, but that's what we have. So you can imagine that I've not gotten, I've not gotten what we need. He doesn't, if he hates the fact that we are using a ring light because it's not professional. You see, so
lakini watu kwa podcast hawaoni.
Yeah,
Yes,
people notice.
People
People
notice.
It is in the,
Trust
it is in
me.
their eyes.
Trust
If you look at the glasses,
Oh,
you
yes,
can
I've
see the
seen
ring
that.
light.
Trust me. Yeah.
Yeah, so people see them. So in as much as what I have bought, it's even, YouTube gave me gave us, after you reach, I think, 50. I don't know if you've been given a YouTube manager by
No,
YouTube.
you not yet. You've been given.
Yeah. So they ask you what equipment you're using for your podcast,
So that.
and they even suggest the things that you need to have.
So now my question for you is, how do you remain sustainable while being a very expensive human
He's
being?
asking a really important question.
I
actually.
do not think that I disagree with the fact that I'm an expensive person.
Okay, can I say something?
Yeah.
I really get what he's saying. I mean, and I also get what you're saying. Because for you, you're really prioritizing quality. And it does matter. It makes all the difference because I probably wouldn't be watching you and I wouldn't feel you as interesting if you didn't have the standards and the quality of work that you do. So it does matter and it's very important. But something else important he's really talking about is the sustainability, which is something we don't think about. Me as a business owner, I didn't start business with a plan. I didn't know this was going to be a business.
That's the right way to do it.
Yeah, and it just started, and then you start doing things, and then you see, like we said, you grow, you learn as you grow. You realize, oh, kumbe I need an office.
Yeah.
Kumbe I need a calendar. Kumbe I need a receptionist. As you go, you start to see. But still, as you have these standards and quality of things you have to do, you have to also stay conscious of sustainability.
Yeah.
You have to make sure you're thinking about, I have these things I have to buy and I have to make sure ziko perfect. But also, is it making sense as per now?
So for me, I think I am within because I projected that I'll be breaking even and becoming profitable in the half of 2025, and I think I'm on that
Great
roadmap.
trajectory, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm on that. I did not know that I'll be monetized by Facebook by now, which has already happened. So there are so many things. Like, I made a list for Black Friday. I think I bought just about 10% of what I wanted to buy because I got back to myself and said, do you really need it? Do you really
Especially as someone who loves buying stuff. I really think you are someone who loves buying stuff.
No, to the contrary. If I love buying stuff, there are things that
it's not a bad thing, Jagero.
No.
Stop getting defensive.
No.
Anytime I come here, Jagger has
bought
bought
something.
something new. And listen,
And it is
it's
something,
okay.
it is something that has been in the plan
it's
for long.
Okay, you know what?
Hey!
Like with
So,
Jagero,
so my thinking is, what I don't want people to understand, to the wrong picture that I don't want,
Is that you are
is
irresponsible.
that it was impulsive. Well,
no.
it has been on the pipeline for
It's
a long
not
time.
impulsive.
Are there some things that were a bit impulsive?
Nah.
Okay.
Actually, I don't think you're impulsive or irresponsible.
You just
I don't
buy
think you
the
make wrong
expensive things.
decisions.
Yeah.
I just think you buy things a lot, and I'm not saying it's a wrong thing.
see,
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Mimi si tulienda na
Jagero.
wewe kwa supermarket nikakwambia hii staki.
I have no problem with how much you buy things. Me, if I want to be like Jagero.
Yeah.
If your friends are not complaining that you're buying too many things, you're not there yet in life.
That's a
You know what I like? What I like the most?
Uh,
He's always, when he's shopping, he's doing little shopping things. You guys can be talking and he's on his phone shopping. As usual.
Nakuwa Amazon. How are shopping? Amazon. Amazon.
He's always looking for things for his wife.
yeah.
He's always looking, what can I get her? What can I buy for her?
Yeah.
What is she gonna like?
Hey,
So that's
yeah.
something I like.
Wow.
I told you to get a
Like-
woman that after your own heart. Have you gotten?
Have
after
you?
your own heart.
Has he gotten a woman? We start there.
Shaka, you asked Shaka a question.
I feel like this boy ni nugu sana.
Tuko kwa
He's
podcast.
slippery.
Yani why
I
nation?
just feel like he's
He's
one
dodgy.
He's dodgy is one of
Yeah.
those boys that should be having a woman because they are
Who is
very.
the woman?
Where? What do you mean by that?
You know, maybe he swings the other.
Hey,
Are you straight?
wacha tu.
Au unataka kutoroka podcast?
Ali ukate hiyo part.
Si shida kama hata kama we love you,
Just
bro.
saying, you know,
Niko street.
your boy is hanging out with the homeboys all the time. You're wondering, babe, I'm with the boys.
Do you know somebody
Yeah,
alinikatia?
the boy.
Me anadinyana na
Somebody
boys.
alinikatia. Do you know somebody alinikatia? A man on Facebook.
But you're attractive.
Akakwambia nini?
Oh my God.
What's wrong with that?
Like I felt so bad.
What did
Why?
he tell
Why
you?
did you
Ah,
Wewe
feel
alikuwa nakatia.
Oh my God.
Ni wewe alikuwa nakatia, si moyo.
Ni mimi. Hiyo ni on my page Udur Jagero. That's on my
Akakwambia
page.
nini?
There was no confusion at all. The guy was just out there telling me that how he likes my podcast. He's been watching me and I like the way you appear. Fuck.
we're complimenting you and liking you.
Come
You're
on, what
Did
happy.
he say that he likes you?
Did he say he wants
He
you?
did. Yes, he did.
He wants to take you out.
Oh my God.
Ni Mkenya.
Hii watu ya internet sijui wanatoka wapi.
Lakini when you're an attractive person, that's normal.
Oh my God. To another man?
All people can find you attractive, men and women.
Please, no, there's a line.
Yeah, let Roberta say those things. Me, I don't understand. What
There's a line for you, but for other people, they're attracted to what they're attracted to.
Yeah.
Should
Yeah,
take it
Na
as a
nini,
compliment.
mbona mnajifanya wazungu mna touch food kidogo? Nye mmalizangi plate hivi kama mimi. Ama mimi niko
yako
njaa
plate,
sana.
kwani ulikuwa na your own plate?
Man,
Si Aisha.
man,
Look at even the salad.
I'm the worst eater here.
I will know what happened before you ate this thing.
We know.
Yeah, ninge
Wacha
on the
shaka.
same wavelength.
Mliuliza swali?
Maliza.
Sikumaliza swali?
Oh no, you asked him something about dating and money and
Yeah, dating and work.
Can I taste your
dating
fries?
and work.
Yeah, dating and work.
How
How do you test dating and work? How do you? Or let's not zoom in too much. Just relationships and work,
And work.
friendship, dating and work. How do you balance it?
I hope Innocent can
Do you work
tell
with
me.
your friends
Yeah.
a lot? Do you work with your relatives a lot? Do you work with family?
I don't know. I hope Innocent can tell me how many other startup founders are in relationships. I feel like
That is worked with.
the work is enough. The business is a baby, it's your wife, it's your husband, it's already a lot, takes a lot of your time.
That is toxic.
Yeah, I get that. And it's because over and over again I have been told I'm a workaholic. Yeah. But also like I feel like it's not I've not been the best at creating time for a lot of other things. But for my friendships in 2024, I feel like they did well because I was like, I'm not gonna focus on romantic relationships this year. I put that on the back burner. I became celibate and everything. I focused a lot on friendships that way and also my business. But I can say on the romantic part, it suffered in the beginning of the business. Right now is when I'm trying to be like, okay, now I can start dating again, I can go out again. In the beginning, the business took most of my time. Like I would go for months without thinking about a man, you know. And it's also like and it's also even like the time,
Really
like
commendable.
even I know, even the current,
About a woman for long periods.
even currently dating, like creating time to go on a date is so hard because you have life, you have things you're committed to. The other also, like I'm experiencing what it means to date someone who's like at the same
Level.
professional space that I'm in. They're an entrepreneur as well, so both our times are just, they're not that we have to make time, like be very intentional about making time and saying whatever happens on this day, it doesn't matter. We're meeting on this day. So there's like the relationship part suffered a bit, but now it's picking up. But it also changed my taste a lot when I started entrepreneurship as from when I was in 8 to 5. When I was in corporate, my taste in men was other men in 8 to 5. Right now,
She has been hitting this
wanaume wa 8 to 5 wanakapitia.
no,
Nimeona
the other
video
women
leo.
in 8 to 5, see wako nao. So
Nimeona
Wabut
video
wenzangu.
leo.
Hivyo ndo kunaendaga.
Nimeona video leo ya dem mwingine akisema ati mimi mashida zangu ni za send me 500k urgently. Charlie ana earn 150 atanisaidiaje?
and I don't know why people are vexed about that. Why are you vexed?
Nasema mimi shipment yangu nikipigiwa tax sijui
you
what I need 500,000 shillings. How are you going to help me?
urgently?
But you know what I bring it back to? I was talking about Jagero, how you speaking about your relationship and how you relate with money and how you share and how you take care of each other and how when you're in a real relationship with like friendship qualities and you guys are enjoying each other, your focus is on making each other better, not on nani aliosha vyombo, nani atapika, nani alilipa sijui nini, because everyone has money. Now it's just you guys enjoying your life. But when you're deep in starting your business, it's very taxing. And to be honest, as a woman, I think what I advise people as a relationship expert is go for your level, go for your type. It just makes things easier. You don't have to explain a lot of things because they get it.
Yeah.
You don't have to fight a lot of discrepancies because it's easier for you guys to understand each other. And anyone can make time. Like now, Shaka, a CEO will come into your life and like they will show you how they balance in their own life.
Yeah.
And you'll see how it's easy to show up. And I was saying, something I advise women is always date men who are above you. Always go higher. Always go higher. And when I say this, I'm not just focusing on the finances. I'm talking about everything. Date a man who's kinder than you, better than you, more confident than you, richer than you, sweeter than you, better than you in all ways, because he will handle things and he'll teach you how to be yourself. Even as a boss lady, something that happens subconsciously is women who are, let's say, like CEOs, when they go for men who are below them, especially financially, there's a lot of ego games and a lot of fights about money. I think you men really tie your money to your personalities. Like you really tie your financial successes and levels to how you show up in society. We talked about this in that episode you're asking me about broke men. And us women, you wouldn't know if Shaka has 50 million or 5 bob in her account right now. Would you know?
I will.
But Jagero, you can tell he's annoyed about that cable he's supposed to buy. Still.
This woman.
Yeah.
You can-
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Because it shows up. It shows up.
Isn't that how the society is wired?
How? How
Like,
do you mean?
for a man,
Yes.
Your
of
values
course,
attached to.
Jagero akiniita twende tuko tunaendanga wapi huko kwa apenda CJ.
Yes.
Sasa kama niko na handi namwambia sikuji.
Yeah.
Because if Jagero goes to CJ's with a lady, he's
Yeah.
going to pay the bill.
Yeah.
If he goes with me,
He's not
Ananiangalia
paying.
vibaya.
Wewe mwanaume.
But you know what? You can't communicate. I know there's a way. I know there's a way society.
Ilinipa. Nasema wewe ni maskini. Usinipe Jagger.
Jagger.
Mimi sijakuita maskini.
He'll pay at the end of the day.
Hata nipa. Ask me.
Trust me, he'll pay at the end of the day. Even if he'll get
nitalipa.
annoyed,
I have a
he'll pay.
question. Today, tomorrow, Thursday, will you pay on Friday?
No.
For a lady, will you pay? You think about it a bit.
I'll think about it.
That's the difference.
It's true, and completely I get it. I can't even compare women.
Men used to
How
hunt.
women are they used to build
Men used to-
cathedrals, and
Amesema aje?
men used to hunt.
Men used to hunt.
Now they cry about
Now
not
they
having
cry
100 more.
on podcast.
That's the real reason
Now
why.
it's about cables. Flickers. Where USB-C.
So
Either
it helps a lot when like you go. I'm not saying actually you can't date a CEO if you're a man, or as a woman you shouldn't date a watchman.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it really helps a lot. It helps a lot more with compatibility. If you guys have the same mind frame, you reason, you're able to reason and understand and listen. Because how am I going to explain to my husband I was somewhere with kina Jagero eating chips? If ametoka job 5 ananichill kwa keja anangoja nikam nipike, na mimi niko hapa nakula chips. But someone who gets
Na
it,
wine.
someone who understands that, entrepreneurship requires sometimes you eat chips and wine, and
Yeah, you go networking.
anaelewa hii mambo.
Yeah, so I think we're above the 1 hour mark.
Really?
1 hour 7 minutes.
Oh wow, I didn't feel like that.
It went
Yeah,
so
it
fast.
was-
You just
shoot 2 hours itakatwa part 1 na part 2.
Anna SD. Hii mlisema is it sustainable?
Yeah.
Hauna pesa ya SD?
Kuna
Umenunua wine?
kulangi ukiendelea. Shauri ya SD, we will worry about the SDs tomorrow.
But I like this. Thank you guys so much for coming on. I love this discussion about business and talking to CEOs, people
Yeah.
who've built their own things from the ground up, because it really, I think watu fikiria CEOs ni a different type of people. Ni watu wengine wenye uendesha gari flani na uvaa flani na uka a certain place. But like we've been told by Shaka and Innocent, as long as you're someone who started up your own thing and you're being consistent and intentional about it, you're a CEO in your own capacity.
Yeah.
So talking about it, I think it helps us understand how to start, what you need, where to go. I mean, do you guys have any more questions about this?
There's this question we were talking about, Jagero. What are things businesses should not do in 2025? I feel like Innocent
I'll start on them.
That's
Yeah.
a
The
better podcast.
the idea of refusing to market your company. Today I told you guys that I was with somebody who is partnering with Dallas Jagero, and when I was walking out, he told me that I paid so much money to a comedian, and I didn't feel like I got money for all that money that I paid. And you see, when a comedian is usually making jokes on Instagram or on TikTok and garnering, like, let's say 300,000, 600,000, and then you bring them to talk about, let's say what, mafuta ya kupaka, afanye jokes na mafuta yako ya kupaka. Watu wanaendelea tu na hizo jokes zake. Wajua hawaongei mambo ya
Hawaoni
mafuta.
mafuta.
Hawaoni mafuta.
Haoni mafuta.
And you are thinking, the other day somebody told me that yani, somebody is asking me to buy a car and is using somebody who doesn't drive. And I know they don't have a
Doesn't
car.
make
Sell the
sense.
car.
Doesn't make sense.
Is some guy that has been really trending and does not have a car. And he was like, what? And you think people who are actually wanting to buy a car is going to listen to you?
But don't you think it's a digital divide? Because I think I've seen it. I hope I'm politically correct. But I feel like a lot of the new age influencers don't know jack about anything. They just found themselves with a nice camera. They probably could dance a bit. And then now you, with your business, you give them an entire product to market.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of gaps when it comes to educating both the entrepreneurs on how to handle the digital ecosystem, but also these influencers on how to work with business. Because at times I watch ads,
Yeah.
especially with TikTokers,
Yeah.
and it's so even if you wanted to buy the product, you decide you won't buy it. It
Yeah.
looks like a joke. It just looks like a joke.
When it comes to like marketing and like, I hope I speak to someone. Please realize that the influencer you like may not be right for your business.
Yeah.
Because you find someone funny, telling them, oh, because this is a May, watch this guy every time.
Or because they have numbers.
Yeah, or because
Yeah,
they
those
have numbers.
numbers
May watch
content.
this guy every time. And then because that's something like I've had so many times, like people come for because we do on Brand Africa, we do audits where we check how your social media presence is. And that's one thing I've always, like, I've had so many times until it pisses me off. Like, I paid this influencer, I thought they'd do a good job, I didn't see where the money went. Because you didn't have strategy, my friend. You don't go and to any Tom, Dick, and Harry who says they can do social media, and then when they tell you, pay this one, and then you pay, and then it doesn't bring anything back, and then now you're complaining. Invest in the right people. Like, marketing is something that is overlooked in this day and age, and it pisses me off because you see so many mistakes happening that shouldn't be happening. You see so many things, like even like the problem isn't that creatives don't know how to market something. Me as a creative, if you're going to give me 20K to market this salt shaker, I will take that 20K. Whether or not my audience, maybe my audience consumes only chips, how to make chips.
Yeah.
But because this is 20K I'm being given for salt shakers, and the
You'll
person
do the
who's
job.
making chips has not given me that, maybe I'll do the job for the salt shakers. But here's the thing. You had the opportunity to go to someone else who also sells salt shakers.
Yeah.
But you didn't go to that person. You went to this person who, because you like watching them making chips, you think they're going to sell your salt shake as well. Strategy. Please, please, please.
I see that happen a lot. A lot of people don't come to me for sex, condoms, things, sex stuff. They go to people
She's
with
into sex, bro. Why are you shocked?
they go to
Why are you
people
shocked?
they go to people with a lot of followers. They go to people with a lot of followers. And the whole time I'm thinking, bro, this is literally my niche. Like,
Yeah.
the only people who come to my page to search for Roberta, they're searching for me because of sex.
Yeah. And also, there are a lot of people who bought fake followers out there. The influencer you think is an influencer has so many bot accounts because it is so cheap. Do you know how cheap it is?
Tell us.
If you pay 1K, you could get 10K followers.
Are you serious?
It is so cheap right now. So cheap, and even more. You could even
but you see, they are not real followers. That's
But
why
you
you
see, they're not
find.
real
That's
followers.
why you find
Yeah.
somebody's having Ali. That is why you find somebody's having 1 million, and they put up a post, and only 10 people have commented.
Yeah.
Please, like the rule of thumb, this is the best rule of thumb. I'll always tell someone, if you want to work with an influencer and you want to gauge whether they have real authentic followers or not, the rule of thumb is 1/3 of your followers should be the minimum views and likes for any content. 1/3. Because not all your followers will like
So
all
if
your
there are
content,
100, that's
but there are
30.
there are people who have even way more. Like your followers, like your engagement is even more than your followers or whatever. But if it is less, that's where it starts becoming a problem.
Something is
but
wrong.
also, if it is more than like 2/3 less, like 2/3 of your followers don't care about your content, you're lying to me.
Something is a lie here.
Something is a lie, yeah.
Okay, that's a good thing.
But do companies even measure? Because I remember there's a time
Yeah.
we were doing Dini for Africa. You remember there was a time we were doing Developers for Africa when we were at
yes,
iHit.
yes,
And
yes.
then there was also another campaign that Google was doing for some people. So these guys, they said that they wanted to work with influencers. So Google said that, okay, give us the account of the influencers that you want to work with. So they gave 8 influencer accounts, and only 2 were chosen, and the 2 that were chosen had the least numbers. The other ones that are millions, kuna kitu wale, they were not chosen for that thing. So I think they just look at relevance, like salt shakers and making chips.
Yeah. Because personally, if I want to be influenced, I'm not going to the person who's been paid.
Yeah.
I have done a lot of ads on my page, on my Instagram. or on my social media. But sometimes it's because I've been paid.
Yeah.
It's not because I
not 'cause
have
you fucked
ever
with it or
used
whatever.
that product or
Yeah.
because I know about it. It's because they called me and they said, hey,
They want to pay
we
you
have
for
a
this.
PR package. Of course, I'll accept free stuff. But something I as someone who checks before I'm influenced, I check if it's authentic. I check, dem anatumianga Nivea. Anatumianga Nivea kweli ama
Ama
hii-
jana
ama
alituambia,
alilipwa
nice
kwa
and
sababu
lovely,
dem
kesho
najua
Nivea, kesho
udem
kutwa
ni
ni
wa
nana,
Bath and Body
like-
Works.
Influencer wa masimu. Mtu
Bath and Body
ameadvertise, mtu
Na ako na
ameadvertise
Tecno.
Oppo, alafu unampata akichukua content na iPhone.
Eh.
And then you want me to buy the Oppo.
Kwanza all of them who
Nothing
use
against Oppo.
who advertise
Nothing-
Techno, all of them have iPhones.
Nothing against it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And then
All
they say
of
this is the
them.
quality of the camera. And you
you
shot
can
it on
tell.
an iPhone.
We know.
They actually shoot it on an iPhone.
We know. We
That's
can
dangerous.
see.
because now what happens, I might not notice it online, but tutapata
Yeah.
tu na ukishoot. Mahali tu tutapata. Ama unashoot na unatumia ring light. Naona reflection.
Right?
Watu wa iPhone hawaekangi simu kwa mfuko.
Jamaa anasema nini sijui imejaa.
Let's wrap
Kwanza,
this
that
up.
one, that type of phone, me there is one I know. I wanted to get a second phone. Ali-advertise simu nikasema this is the phone. Then ilikuwa ameshoot kwa ring light na kulikuwa na kioo. I saw. I'm like hizi kamera tatu.
You felt cheated.
Imagine I didn't buy.
Yeah.
Guys,
It's not even so.
Stop
tukiendelea hatutamaliza. So thank you so much for joining us on this conversation and dialogue to Jagero. Hiyo wine imeisha, tuitisha ingine ama sherehe
Ule msee ameenda.
kubwa.
So
See
mpige
you.
ukimwambia thank you, ukimwambia
We'll decide.
Wacha we'll have a discussion.
Thank you guys so much for joining us for this discussion on business and relationships and just talking a bit about business so we can get to understand what does it mean, where do you start, what do you do, how do you act, who do you date when you're running a business. It's really important to have these conversations because they matter. And if you have any questions for us, please feel free to drop them in the comment box. We actually read your comments. We're going to do an episode where it's all we will do. We will sit.
wow.
Ni time hatujapata lakini tutafanya. We will sit and we will read all your comments one by one. So please keep it respectful, be kind, show us some, gratitude and reassurance and tell us you love us.
Kusema
We want to
baba
hear.
utashangaa.
Thank you so much for spending this hour listening to us.
The poor men are coming.
I was joined by Shaka, the lovely, beautiful Shaka, Jagero, Odor Jagero, and Innocent, who helped us have this discussion.
She's not saying that you are handsome mama, hakuna kitu kama hiyo.
Unaharibu.
Let's ngoja atumalizie podcast.
Si alikuwa anasema
SD
be the
card.
beautiful Shaka. SD
Guys, bye. Bye.
Oh my God. Na hiyo wine imekuwa mingi.